Hello, this is Dead12. Well, since we have this Shuttle, I was wondering what I could do with it. I mean, I was wondering just one thing. How to Kerbalise the Space Shuttle. So, I thought, okay, let's make the Space Shuttle into an SSRT, which means single stage rocket technology. So what I did at first was to get rid of the main fuel tank and the solid rocket boosters, and then since we already had a fuel tank in the cargo bay, I said, okay, let's try it as it is and see how well or not it goes. So, in my first attempt, things didn't go so well. Same thing with my second attempt as well. There was definitely something wrong. So, in my third attempt, I decided to go easy on the throttle and launch it smoothly. Not very easy when it goes real quick on the runway. But I say this is a successful launch. I was trying to go to 45 degrees over the horizon angle. Yeah, with a bit more thrust I actually did it. So then I went full throttle. But the Shuttle had this tendency of going up, going nose up. I thought that would be the case, but oh, one more problem. The fuel ran out real fast. So no, I wasn't even exiting the atmosphere with that kind of fuel. And I said, okay, let's try to ditch the internal fuel tank and see if we can do that. But because we were inside the atmosphere, that wasn't very easy. No matter, didn't change anything. I was falling like a rock at this stage. Not much else I could do than to rescue my Kerbals. My 4 Kerbals. Jebediah, Bill, Bob, and Valentina, who are inside the cabin. So I decided to ditch the Space Shuttle in the ocean. No biggie. It flies, she flies very well, so it's see, no harm done. Yet the problem remained. I had to do something. And what I had to do was to put much more fuel in or on the Space Shuttle. So since I couldn't put it internally, I put it externally. These two big tanks they're basically they're the same like the one that is inside, but it's two more of them and lots of separatrons because I decided to stage these, and a couple of aerodynamic nose cones in front of them. And yeah, it wasn't easy at all because it changed so much the craft and made it so much heavier and changed the center weight. Maybe I should have placed them. Maybe I should have placed them elsewhere. Maybe a bit more to the back in retrospect. Anyway, that was my effort, and it really wasn't easy getting it off the ground, as you're gonna see shortly. Oh, that's the first attempt. The fuel tanks just dropped. I went back to the hangar to autostrut them. Yeah. And enjoy the show. It wasn't easy at all. But it's quite funny looking at it now. And finally, I just managed to balance everything neatly, and it was liftoff. A very promising liftoff. It looked so good. Monitoring the side fuel tanks so as to get rid of them as soon as they were empty, as I did. Not the best separation, but nothing important broke. And then I had this issue with the main engines because they are tilted upwards since they were never meant to be used without the main fuel tank. It's really difficult, it's next to impossible to actually use them without it. The orbital engines are fine, and I turned them on in an effort to balance them out, but the thrust difference was abysmal. So after this spin, I decided that I had to correct that issue. So I straightened up the the main engines. And yeah, also made some action groups to toggle the engines more easily. And I tried again. Here we go again. But this time I was really careful. Really careful. And I knew that as soon as I went airborne, I had to give full throttle to remain airborne. And that's exactly what I did. So I finally managed to lift off. Yeah, 45 degrees. It's the target. And yeah, for the first time everything really looked good. Really good. Just waiting for the side fuel tanks to empty, stage them. Get rid of the dead weight. Perfect separation this time. I'm carrying on with the internal fuel tank and the monopropellant. Yeah, that's a better flyby. So I created a maneuver node to circularize into a stable orbit. But the delta V for the main engines, I didn't have enough delta V, enough fuel for the main engines. So as soon as that was done, I got rid of the internal fuel tank as well and carried on with the orbital engines. Because my apoapsis was in front of me, I had to burn looking up. in order to raise it. Yep, and that's it. Perfect. But since it was such a lovely day, Bill wanted to take a look, to inspect the shuttle, the Space Suttle. Yeah, he looks so happy, going for the spacewalk. So happy. And yeah, everything seemed good, but just in case, our engineer wanted to take a good look-see at the ship. And yes, everything seemed to be just fine. I see the mass of Bill. Hey Bill, have you gained some weight? Or is it all the equipment you're lugging? 92 kilograms. Seriously? Or a 3 feet tall? Kerbal? Now, because he spent some fuel going around. And now we're going for our deorbit in order to return back to KSC, to Kerbal Space Center, and land on our runway. Enjoy the Rynos theme by the one and only Kevin MacLeod. And that's it. After this successful landing, our Kerbals are safe and sound. This is the first video of a series of Kerbalising the Space Shuttle. This is the first video of 3. Here they are, our Kerbals. They all look just fine. I hope you like what you saw. If you did, please consider giving this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. This is Ted 12. Until the next time, have a good one.